Good
Hello,
job.
and welcome to session 21 of Novels and Nightmares. Hello. Uh, I have one of these. At some point, I have to figure out how to actually do an intro to a stream because I clearly don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Hello and welcome. Hi, my name is Mint. My pronouns are he, they, and I am your dungeon master.
Hi, my name is Ari. My pronouns are also he, they, and I play our cowboy paladin, Zakkas Austem.
I think I'm next. Okay. Hey, I'm River. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Lunan the druid. Silly, goofy dude.
Silly little guy.
Silly little guy.
Hi, my name's Braeden Swain. My pronouns are he, him, his. Uh, and I play Tomalton TinkerTat, owner of Tat's one-stop shop for all your tinkering wants and needs. Tinkering, it's what I do. And I'm just a little guy, so that's it.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sarah. I play T, the tiefling. Oh, and my pronouns are she, her, and T's pronouns. Okay.
And I am Alex. Whatever pronouns you got for me, mix it up. Those aren't my problem. And I play Volition, the Shadow Sorcerer, and their puppy Thorn. Pronouns they them.
Aww. Doggy.
Puppy.
Little guy.
Puppy.
Love puppy.
Alright, who would like to do our little recap?
Alright, not a whole lot happened last time. We picked up in the camp of the Unwritten, who are basically the group that is standing against the world religion, trying to break it down, trying to make it so that you can pick your own destiny, but they're being real dicks about it. Their tagline is "Chaos is coming," so anytime we see that, we know we're fucked. Lunan and Volition had some time together, and Volition kind of explained, like, hey, we're friends, here's the stuff, I miss you. And T took some rations and got us a cart. Zach started a fire and accidentally burned like a lot of the camp on accident. And so then we took off heading to Indianapolis, which is Zach's hometown. On the way, our cart and all of our stuff was stolen because we left it unprotected at night, and it just disappeared. Once we reached Indianapolis, we ran into Zach's sister Thea and her girlfriend Sponge, as well as Sponge's nephew Jack, again, who we met before. Zach returned to his house, which he does not like very much. We ran into his aunt, who sucks. A lot. Like, she's hot, though, but she sucks.
What?
Sorry?
You guys asked me last time whether she was objectively hot, and the answer was yes.
Yeah, no, he said she was a
Oh. Oh,
She's
man, I forgot.
like 500 years old, but she's a high elf, so she looks like a 25-year-old MILF.
Crap. My type.
In just kind of walking through Zach's house without much investigating, it was quickly discovered that what was in the room previously?
It was just like a guest room.
A guest room in the house had been transformed into a nursery that had not been there when Zach had left 2 years ago. Or actually more than several years ago. He's been back and around, but not much. But, and it's been a nursery. So Zach, understandably very upset because he has no contact with his parents, went to go find Thea, let her know what was happening, and then, beat up a tree. And then Thea left after giving Zach the warning, like, hey, there's a lot of stuff related to books and libraries and stuff. You guys should maybe go investigate. I don't know. Maybe do some research into what you're trying to stop. And that is where we left off.
Well, the one thing that I do want to do, since we had a couple of people who were not here as this happened at the end. T sent off a couple of letters with a little wormling post at the end, and got I believe a nat 1 on a perception check. So just for funsies, for some fun little knowledge, I'm gonna let Volition and Tat both make perception checks to see if you catch something, just for funsies.
Just
Also,
for
Tad has a
funsies.
dick drawn on his face.
Yes.
Great.
I think I wrote something too, but I forgot what I wrote.
And you said investigation?
I said perception.
Oh, sorry.
Bryn's really like,
Oh, I think I
that-
told him to love himself.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I like to think that Lunan can only write in all caps, so it just says that very violently somewhere.
Branded across
It's
his
on his
forehead.
ass.
That'd be a 9.
No.
11.
11. All right. Cool. Yep, that wormling flies away safe and sound.
Terrifying.
Cool. I mean, like, it could have been like an investigation thing.
Or it could have not.
Crazy how that works.
Crazy how when you're just trying to look at something, it's a perception check.
I don't know. I like to think I see with investigation with my eyes, like
At
magnifying
all
glasses.
Yeah, cool. So, where we left off, Zach, you were beating up a tree. Thea had just let you know that She Sponge and Jack are about to head out of town. T was sending some letters. And Lunan and Tat and Volition were just kind of around, doing whatever.
I
Sure.
got some paper now.
You do canonically now have paper and pens. So next time you need paper and pens, you can have.
Big things for us.
All right, what would we like to do?
Go to the library is what I think we should do for sure.
Oh my god, Tat's awake.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry guys. I just like fuck. I don't know. I took a couple of hits and whoa Jesus, and I just knocked out. Ugh.
Volition caps the marker.
It's
Anyone
good to
else-
have you back, buddy.
Does anyone else smell like you know that smell like alcohol, except like it's like grain alcohol, you know, it's like the shit they put in mockers and stuff.
That's just
No,
you, man.
I
I
don't-
don't know. You haven't taken a bath in a while.
Oh well, hey, how about you guys? I'll meet you at the library and I can go take a bath or something.
I mean, it's down the hall to your right.
Have fun in there.
I'm gonna go get clean, I guess.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you walk into this really nice house. You find the bathroom. Immediately, you look in the mirror, and there are all sorts of obscenities all over your face, and also in all caps. I forget. I know exactly what you said. I have like a clip of it somewhere, but something akin to like, "You should love yourself" in all caps.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just wash this off. I guess I don't know what this is supposed to mean for me.
Alright, cool. Yep, you're able to wash that off. Take a few minutes to do that. Everybody else heading straight for the library?
When Zach is giving the directions, is his aunt around?
She is in the house. She has not come out of the house. Last you saw her, she was, I think she was feeding somebody bread. It was either tea or
It was,
Lunan, or possibly
It was
both.
T.
Tea.
Now, Lunan did not cave.
Oh, right. I think I had you make, like, a wisdom save or something like that.
Because bread's really important to them.
Bread's really important.
He loves bread.
Loves bread. Fucking
I
love this
love
bread.
corn.
This bread.
For the girls who get it, I love corn.
Cool.
To the library.
To the library. All right. So you guys are gonna
Huzzah!
head off in that direction. It is going to be, I believe, right, just sort of like pretty directly to the east. It's sort of like on the corner. And yeah, you find a pretty decently smaller, simple-looking building, modestly decorated, and yeah, Zach, you've been here a couple of times in your life. You are vaguely aware of how the writing works, and you know that since you were born in this town, at the very least, your notebook will be in this library.
Okay.
As well as in the library of the capital city of this kingdom. But
Okay. Before we go inside, I think Zach's gonna be like, all right, so T, you're real good at the, reading, gathering information and stuff. I also want to split the party and get a sneaky team to steal my notebook.
A sneaky team, did you say?
Tat,
Oh, God.
put your shirt on.
I'm
Tat,
sorry,
wear
I
your
just got
pants.
clean. I'm sorry.
Hey, you can't just be out in town in a towel. Guys, I love improv. Yes, and Braeden.
Ah, jeez, I'm sorry. I'll go put on some pants, I guess.
Oh.
But Tat, your pants all have holes in them. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god. Yes, and I patched them up when I was taking a bath, so
That means they're all wet.
yes,
Pat, look
and
at
I
yourself.
dropped them off with the same towel.
you don't have to start every sentence with the words yes and.
I
Yes,
thought you went
and
to
I
SCAD.
understand that.
I'm gonna puke. I can't do this. I can't. This is stupid. You can't just put a scat joke in there. It kills me every time.
That's
What?
River's weakness.
I think it's so funny. Oh,
If
God.
I'm going in for the kill River, just know it's gonna be a SCAD joke.
God, what a sentence. Don't send that to SCAD. We'll be ruined.
Oh yeah, we'll be ruined.
We'll be banned from SCAD because all of our dreams were to go to SCAD.
Too bad none of us have gone already.
Yeah, nobody here has ever gone to SCAD.
No one has ever been a speaker on SCAD's behalf to get people to go to SCAD. Anyway, guys, let's go into the library.
Oh my god, I forgot to shave.
Do you think people would know if we had ADHD?
You guys have what?
No.
What's that?
Have you guys seen the clip of Pedro Pascal being a Mexican mom?
He's a
I've
gorgeous
seen
man.
a clip.
I want him.
I need
My
a
coworker
beer.
called him the Zaddy of the year.
What's that,
Oh.
Allison?
Guys, whew.
Anyway, so you're splitting into two groups.
Tat's just putting his clothes on. Hey, your
I
shirt's
hate everything.
backwards. Sorry.
Baron will be like, hey, if we're sneaking around, I wouldn't mind being in that group.
I'm just curious. Also, I'm not very sneaky, but can you also steal my father's book? His name is Xavius.
You said Thaddeus?
Xavius.
Xavius.
Who'd you spell that?
No.
Aw.
Xavius.
It's a U.
I don't know.
I think it's an
Oh shit, there's a lot of land for sale.
A.
Braeden, I adore you.
That's going through a newspaper.
Are you looking to move to Indianapolis?
Oh God. All right.
This time
Yeah?
could use some improvements for sure.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of land to buy up in this area.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's been a wreck for years.
Hey, you know what would go really good in a town like this?
A one-stop tinker shop.
Yeah, for all your tinkering wants and needs. Tinkering. It's what whoever would put that. It would be is what they do. Is whoever put it there.
You can put that there. I'll put your ass right in the river.
Yeah.
Because you missed a spot,
I'm-
and I just want to help you out a little bit.
I love these jokes that we have.
All right.
Talking about property, does this town have an inn?
Zach, you would know that it does not.
No, it does not.
Ooh.
But my dream's always been to come back and make one. My dad kind of ruined this town. I want to fix it.
It needs a tinkering shop.
So yeah, I mean, I'll go with T. Help her out. I'm not sneaky, but we'll see what we can do. See if you find any other names we recognize in there. Baron, you know some. I know you maybe can't say them, but
I can certainly knob a few things.
yeah, we can always put mine back, maybe. But I'm curious what it entails.
Hey. Right, so Tat and I will sneak around. Volition, why don't you join us?
That sounded like a threat. I'd love to.
Braeden, stop looking at the camera with your beady eyes. I can't do it right now. It looks really scary.
I thought the caption said beauty eyes.
Aw. They are beautiful.
They are beautiful eyes.
They're like hot chocolate brown.
As you know, Braeden is the one with the eyes.
He is the one with the eyes. That is how my dad describes you.
Oh, that is true. Yes.
Your dad is proficient in stealth.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah, he is.
is.
The stealthiest man alive. God.
You know, you haven't scared the fuck out of me in a while.
Yeah,
I used to do that all the time.
It's because I actively try not to. I shuffle my feet when I walk in the apartment on purpose.
That's why you do that.
Yes. Anyway.
Okay, let's get back into it, guys. Let's
Are we playing
yeah.
a game?
No.
Oh.
What?
Lunan, what group are you joining?
I'm probably gonna join the readers.
Cool. Sick. All right. I guess I'll let's have the readers go first.
Okay. Okay, we should probably investigate different things.
Yeah, probably.
Can we go back as a group and decide what we want? What got
Well,
us
yeah,
there?
what should we be investigating?
We got to the first part, which was getting there. Now we have to figure out what the fuck we're doing.
We all turn around, but then right away turn back around and we're like, hey.
Anybody who has ever been in a library, which is probably most of you at least once in your lives, will know that there will be at least one cleric of the writing in the library at all times. So if you want like assistance with figuring stuff out, you will likely be able to ask them questions if you want to. Or you can just, you're totally able to just look around yourself. Yeah.
May I posit that we don't ask for help first, just in case the person that is posing as the cleric of the writing is actually not, and if we'll give ourselves away immediately.
Yeah.
And
Also-
I'm a researcher, so
Yeah, I think we're probably pretty good. When we go in, do I recognize the person? Because I've been around.
I can let you know when you go in.
Alright. Alright, so... I guess... I mean, I only have a very limited knowledge about the author. Maybe we should start there?
Right, so figure you all want to do a bit more general research and we just go in and try to nab personal information?
Yeah, and then maybe we can build off
Right.
of what we find and kind of go from there.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Thea's the one that does this shit. I don't know why she sent me here. I used to like write in all the books.
Of course.
Baron, I will warn you if you're expecting me to come with to help sneak things, I'm not great at that.
They did not do a
I'm
good
sure
job sneaking up on us.
I'm sure you're gonna be fine, because Baron and I, we kind of can make up for it.
Hey. We can cover
If
you.
something goes wrong, you're the one who looped me in. Okay.
Keep
What
that in
what the
mind.
fuck does that mean? Can you what do you gotta what no let's take a pause. No, you have to adjust your attitude when you go into things like this, okay? Because if you go in and go, well, I guess everything's gonna go wrong, you know.
Pat, that's you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You do
Right,
that
and you
shit
see-
too.
And you see how things have been going for him? Not great.
Yeah,
So
but this
clearly he
woman
knows
has
what he's
really
talking about.
changed him.
Also, Tat, do not
Love is
slap them.
beautiful.
Do not slap them. I can see it in your eyes. You're winding up.
His beady eyes.
Volition takes a step back.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is like the little tidbits at the end of your sentences. You don't gotta write it. I think Tat then takes a little walk in a circle and is like, God, you really gotta calm the fuck down. God, like,
Cool
yeah,
off.
Aw, he's really trying to better himself. I'm so proud of him.
and then I think Tat's gonna walk back up to Volition and be like, I'm very sorry. I,
Oh my god. This is the best day of my
God.
life. Oh my gosh. Guys, I've been really wanting to do some work with him, and I'm just...
Lunan, not the fucking time.
No.
Lunan, you're doing a
I
great
appreciate
job.
the apology, and I'll try to be less negative.
No, I don't know. I'm a little stressed out at the moment. I got a lot of stuff I got to get back to, but I'm sorry.
He's got issues.
He's gonna as soon as Lunan says that, he's gonna take another little walk in a circle and
As
just be
he does a little like a little lap, as soon as he's like reasonably like as far away in the circle as he's gonna get, Volition leans over and just kind of to anyone whispers, "Is he always this high strung?"
Yep.
Usually it's worse.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Ugh.
I figured it would
Oh.
get better after he, was able to exert some energy, but didn't seem to help.
I think it helped a little bit. He seems a lot, more in tune with himself.
So we're gonna go be sneaky, okay?
May I propose that I can tell them exactly where they need to go based on my researcher information, which says if you do not know that information, you often care and from whom you can obtain it.
I will say this. You know... You have
Missing?
not been in this specific library before. There's not, a uniformity to how they're all set up. There's not a uniform floor plan or anything, so you wouldn't be able to direct them in a specific area from the outside of where to go. But I will say, you would know in most libraries, people's private notebooks are in a sort of private area, usually not necessarily a locked room, but a separate room that usually they go in there with a cleric if they want to look at their notebook. And other books are in the sort of main space of the library. So if they are going to try and sneak those personal books, it's likely that they might be able to figure out what room that is decently easily and sort of sneak in there, and once they're in, they'll probably be in a private area.
Okay.
So I would say you would know that and would be able to relay that information.
Okay. So, guys, you should look for a private room that's away from everything else. But it's probably going to be guarded by a cleric, so you're gonna have to sneak past the cleric.
It won't necessarily be guarded. I'll put it this way. Stuff isn't really guarded in the library. People just usually, a cleric usually comes with someone when they go in the room, and it might be locked, but there really aren't guards in the libraries. Just to clarify.
I just wanted to know if the cleric like sat at a desk right near the room or anything.
Not necessarily. Again, it will depend on the library, but there's not really. Libraries don't really have security. It's not really something they're concerned about.
I don't think that'll be a problem. Baron's real good at finding private rooms where he's not supposed to be.
That's true. That's my true talent in life. As you would know.
Oh, that wasn't a euphemism. Sorry, I got scared.
I know. I
No,
also.
It was. It was.
Oh
Oh no!
no!
Do you want anybody
Shall we?
to say anything after that? Like, what the?
No, I just quite enjoy making people uncomfortable.
Now
No,
that I would say is your true talent. Laugh.
It's very amusing.
Jesus fucking God.
Right, shall we?
Yeah.
Cool. I will have the stealth group, just to sort of inform how this is gonna go. I will have you guys make me a group stealth check first, but then we're gonna narratively go with the readers group first. So you all can either each make me stealth checks individually, or one person can make a stealth check at disadvantage for the entire group.
Volition was lying when they said they're not great at stealth. I have a +2. I'm alright at stealth.
For stealth, I have a +13.
Cool. Let me check Baron. Baron has a +8.
So I'm
Yeah, you
more
wanna
than
do the
happy
roll?
to. I'm more than happy to make the. Yeah, everyone in agreement. Cool.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes. Pick up the dice, boy.
Oh,
I
thank
love our banter today. It's really good.
Well, yeah, that's.
This is
So, the funny thing
Did you get
Is-
a nat one?
is that happened.
oh
This
no.
is what happens when Tat is cocky.
Oh,
To distract
dear.
from that, I just posted a picture of Toby in his D&D chair.
Aw,
Oh, you got a
so
nat one?
sleepy.
So that was that. The other roll was a 32.
Cool.
Can we split the difference?
Nope.
So something not that chill just happened.
In that case, I changed my mind. We're gonna go with the stealth group first.
Ah, bananas.
Or at least I'm gonna have you guys sort of tell me what your plan is. There's not a lot of like windows in this building. There's like 2 up front. The front door has like sort of like stained glass window happening in it. You would make me an investigation check if you would like to see sort of how you might be able to get in here.
Both of us?
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a 31.
31.
Fuck yourself. I didn't roll a 31.
There is a like a back entrance.
Is this the back entrance to the building, or?
Or Zach. But because the finding secret doors doesn't matter.
That's okay.
I got
That's
you. No, I
not
got
what
you.
Baron meant.
Okay,
To
first of all,
clarify-
Baron's the bottom. Second of all,
I am horrified.
To clarify, the euphemism was genuinely finding secret rooms, but the secret rooms are to fuck in. It wasn't. That's what the euphemism
Oh,
was.
I
Oh.
misunderstood that also.
Yeah, I was
I feel like
trying to
the
do a
whole rest of
compliment.
the table misinterprets it as ass stuff. It's ass stuff now. I'm
I
sorry.
assure you, it is not.
Oh, okay.
You did this.
Horrified. My therapist is gonna hear from you.
Horrified look.
Well, your
from
therapist is gonna hear
everyone in the
from
room.
me.
Yes, you're gonna have to call her and explain what you did.
Okay. So we go in the back door.
Cool. Yeah, you guys are gonna head in the back door of the building. And we will leave you there for a moment.
Okay.
Right in this little garage.
My question was, did people see us come in together? Like, do they know that we're all a group together?
No.
We don't go in
Right.
the back door.
Yeah, so,
Okay, go.
reader group, tell me, I assume that you guys are going into the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, hey.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Sick. You guys walk on in. I would love if my fucking little website for names would load. But it hates me right now.
Do I know the person?
Make me a history check.
I'm
with
down.
advantage.
Oh, good. It's not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Negative. Let's see. 13.
Hold, please. Yes, you recognize this person, and I will give you a name in 30 seconds.
Remember when Vinny had to give you all the P names?
Yeah. Yes, you recognize, a halfling cleric, lady named, Tibis. And, yeah, as you guys walk in, she has her sort of little cleric's robes on, and she,
I need a pen. I dropped mine.
oh dear.
He died.
BRB.
Yeah, she turns towards you guys and goes, welcome. How are y'all doing today? Oh, Zach.
Hi there,
God,
Tibbs.
I haven't seen you in years.
He is a very different size.
Yeah, she, the last time you saw her, you guys were probably looking eye to eye.
Yeah.
And she now is looking straight up directly at you. She's like, my God, you sprouted.
I did. Yeah, a little late growth spurt.
Is this because he hasn't been to the library in years, or because he hasn't been home in years?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, he doesn't really come home. Now, when I know, like, does she have a family?
Yeah, she has a family. She has a wife and 2 kids.
Gay rights. How's the family, Davis?
They're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good. You know, my wife is, you know, doing, got some, you know, pretty good prosperous, adventures in the little fishing business, so we're not doing too bad. How about you? How's your family doing? How's little Myth?
Great.
Make me a deception check.
Me, 10.
Yeah, she just sort of looks at you and is like, you alright?
Yeah, just a lot of traveling. Just, you know, and it's been a minute since I've seen Myth, so I don't know a whole lot. You know, I'm on the road.
Well, you know, your family always is. Well, what can I do you for?
You know, we're just as you know, I'm quite religious myself, and I really wanted to take a step back and do some more research about the author, because I realized that, you know, I just don't know enough, and that is my fault.
Well, sure. Well, it is kind of my life, so you let me know what you want to know, and I'll help you out. Did you want to take a look at your notebook?
My notebook.
Your notebook.
I mean, I would not be opposed to that. No.
Great. I mean, I don't think that we have the notebooks of either your friends in this town. You know, we got a pretty small library. Some people have notebooks from citizens of other towns, but here we only have enough manpower to channel the energy for notebooks of the people that were born here. So we definitely got yours.
What towns would have notebooks from other people that don't live in the town?
The capital cities are going to have notebooks for everybody that either lives or was born in that kingdom. Plus, also, Amerion their library has notebooks for literally everyone. They're sort of the kind of the hub for libraries. So,
Oh shit.
they're gonna have something for everybody there. You know, everybody as best they can. Everybody that has a notebook.
Not everyone does.
Well, I mean, it's it's basically like a census thing, you know? It's
So gay people aren't counted. Sorry.
What? Whoa!
Did you know that we're not?
Excuse me?
Genuinely.
what?
Yeah.
That's a conversation for after streamer on a break. Fucking God. Tibbs goes on and is like, clerics are responsible for channeling the author's power and energy into the notebooks to, get down pieces of everybody's story and their notes. And, if a cleric doesn't know you exist, they're not able to start a notebook for you and start that, process of channeling it. So pretty much everybody has one, but, if there's no clerics in the world that know you exist, then I figure you probably don't have a notebook. I don't know about if that is a thing that actually happens, or if there is anybody that fits that description, of course, because if there were a person that I knew that fit that description, they would then not fit that description because I'm a cleric of the writing, so I would know about them, let somebody, and they'd have a notebook and so on and so forth. But long story short, Zach, we have your notebook here, and I'm sure if anybody else is interested in their notebooks, they would have them up in a Marion.
Now this is just a silly question. Would Miss be here?
Yeah, we got one for Myth. It's not very filled out yet, but we have one.
I'm just so curious. The first little while is so important, and I've been gone for a while.
Oh yeah, well of course you know that you can't look at it. I mean, you can try, but it's gonna be gibberish to anybody but the person who the notebook belongs to.
What if that person can't read yet, or maybe can't read yet? I don't.
Then there's not anybody currently that can read that notebook. Sort of how it goes. I can't read anybody's notebook but my own. I can read everybody's stories, but I can just come with you and make sure that the energy is being properly channeled into the book and hand it to you, and you can read it yourself, and that's the best I can do.
All right. Well, I would like to kind of cap off the morning with that. I want to do my research first and then get a good look, because maybe I won't like what I see. So it might be a good time to kind of to back out.
Absolutely. Well, what else are you looking for? Are you looking for any stories that you or any of y'all are featured in?
There's one that I'm real curious about, but I can't think of it right now. Do you think You think we can just look around?
Yeah, of course.
And, you know.
Yeah, y'all go for it. And if you want me to do a little bit of divine searching, I can sort of pick out if there's, books in here that are finished or in process that y'all are featured in. But you're also welcome to just sort of look around yourselves.
That would be lovely, and we'll ask if you need some help. But,
All right.
or if we need some
Sounds
help.
good. Well, I'll just go back to sorting then. Y'all enjoy yourselves. I'll be around.
Thank you.
And at this moment, they start walking around, and they walk right in front of the back door to see our stealth group clamber in. Well, howdy.
So wait, so is the back door locked?
The back door is not locked.
Oh, I turn that knob.
Yep. You guys walk right in. They just turn and look at you and go, howdy. What can I do you for?
My name is Zakkas Austem.
Make me a deception check at disadvantage.
Yeah, I probably should have thought that one through.
Can somebody please help him?
I am going to
Absolutely
not
not.
allow the help action on this specific roll. There is nothing that anyone can do to help Tat here.
This is the
Kill him.
That's so
talking Zakkas.
Hey.
Hey.
What would you say if I rolled 2 nat 20s?
1 in a 400 chance.
What would you say if that happened?
I would have to take a full minute to think about what the fuck is gonna happen here.
Well, that's good because that didn't happen. I rolled another nat 1. So
I knew it.
Thank God. I genuinely don't know what I would have done. They just sort of look at you. I'm sorry. I must have misheard you, because I was just speaking with Zakkas Austem, who is literally about 20 feet to my right over there. So I must have just heard you wrong.
you definitely did because I said my name was Plathis Tossum.
Right. Well, Plathis, what can I do you for?
Can I walk over to them?
I'm gonna say that they're making just enough noise that, yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to him and go, "Hey there, this is my buddy. He's still a little loopy in the head. He's looking for Zach, but I'll just take him. Look, Zach's over there. Come on, buddy."
Can I like walk terribly? Like, can I go?
Yeah, sure. Make me a performance check. T, you're welcome to give the help action on this if you would like.
Give the help action.
Cool. I need some fucking help.
How loudly did you say that?
Yeah,
to
you do.
God, that's a 9.
They
Dude,
sort of eye
I
you
would,
like
y'all.
they know some shenanigans are happening. However, you guys did walk in with Zach, or at least T did, and so they're like, okay, adventurers are just like that, and are just gonna let you go about your business.
That's nuts. I want to say meta. So sorry.
Braeden, how could you?
Dude,
I
I
will
said be
say-
careful. A bad roll might fuck us, and you went, "No, don't be negative," and your dice heard that.
I will say that you all would notice that they are they're not going like out of earshot or out of eyesight of you. Like it's not a very big building to begin with, but they are like sorting books nearby.
Can I'm gonna turn to Baron and Volition.
Parents just holding in laughter.
So is Volition.
New plan. New plan. New
You
plan.
don't say.
Okay. New plan. So can I
What was the
find
old
like a
plan?
direction where those private rooms might be?
Sure. Let's see. I would say Zach and the reading group, you all probably went a bit like sort of towards the right when you walked in. You look past some like bookshelves to the left. You do see a door back there that actually has a sign above it that says notebooks.
God, I think we're overthinking this. So I'm gonna look at you guys and be like, guys, so new plan. Sorry, one more question. Are there like bookshelves or like a corner I can like duck behind to not be seen?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, the whole place is filled with shelves. There's lots of little
Okay.
corners.
Are we heading over to towards where Zach is, or not? And am I still with you guys?
I mean, we're not going over where Zach is.
It's up to
You
you
should-
if you kept walking or if you sort of, well, the stealth group sort of stalled to talk amongst themselves, if you stayed with them or if you kept walking.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna just. I kept heading towards Zach, I guess.
So, I'm gonna duck behind one of these corners, one of these shelves. I'm gonna put my cloak on. Maybe should have led with that, but I'm gonna put my cloak on, and then I'm gonna go get into that room.
We'll just keep watch, I guess. Scream if you need help.
No, you guys should. We should. Here, I'm gonna go in the room. I'm gonna try to find a way to get you guys in the room that's not that door, and then I will. Will. Yes.
Right.
Can I hear that they came in and super got caught?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Zach is gonna, when T gets back, just be like, man, I'm so excited to see my notebook. I can't believe they give permission for that here.
I know, right?
It's almost like they don't have to steal it.
I know, and I think, who could possibly steal such a thing?
Would be so stupid.
Stealth group, make me perception checks.
Perception check?
Perception checks, please.
Oh crap!
I got a nat 1.
Braeden, you're lying to me. Did you get another 1?
I did not.
Oh,
I got a 3.
Are you fucking...
I got a
Volition, what did
17.
Okay, Volition, you heard that.
Thank
Baron
God.
and Tat clearly did not. They're both caught up in like, alright, what are we gonna do to get in this room?
Is there only one? There's only like one person watching over this room, right?
As far as you can tell, yeah.
Why don't I just go talk to the one person looking over the room?
Are you saying
And-
that to us?
Yeah, why don't I just go talk to them and distract them, and you just walk in and pick up the notebooks and leave?
I want to look at Baron. It can't be that easy to do that, right?
There's
No.
Okay.
there must be a catch.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Here's the plan.
Here's what Volition, do that. Tat,
Uh-huh.
you sneak in. I'll sort of stay in between. Keep an eye on both of you. If anything fucks up, I'm on it.
Cool. I'm gonna duck around a corner and put on my cloak.
Cool. Make me a stealth check with advantage.
God, that's okay. 22.
Yeah, that's fine. Volition, do you go up to Tibis to distract?
Yeah. Is she done talking to non-stealth group?
Yes. She is just sort of sort of near the middle of the library, just sort of like she's got a little cart full of books that she's sort of putting away.
Hey, I was hoping you could maybe help me out. I used to know somebody who lived like sort of kind of in this area, and I don't think you guys are gonna have their notebook, but maybe you have like a map and you can like help me find. I don't know what library would have their notebook.
Sure. Yeah. No, we got maps. Absolutely. Maps are going to be over off in this section, and they're going to lead you all the way to the right side of the library, so in the opposite direction of the notebook room.
And I would like to play just like the most annoying, time wasting fucking person at the library who needs the librarian to like handhold them through every step of the process. And use it to help another patron.
They're showing you like 16 different maps of like, well, this one is sort of a bit closer in, and you can see the area a bit better. This one has a different art style that makes it a little easier to see, like roads and shit.
Patience, library workers, I love you.
So you're just on the other side.
Yeah, so I just led the person fully across the library.
Cool. Can I try to open the door?
Go for it.
I try to open the door. Is it locked?
It is locked.
Cool. I would like to pick the lock.
Cool. Go for it. Call it a DC 10.
Cool. That was a 25.
Yeah, you easily.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm in there now.
Cool. You do you close the door behind you?
I don't want to close it all the way. I want to leave it a crack open.
Cool. Yeah, you walk in.
Not really a crack. You know how like you close the door and it gets on like the facing, right? And so it looks closed, but it's not. It hasn't clicked in, so you could like push it open if you wanted to.
Cool.
Yeah, just like that.
You walk in to this windowless room with one door, lined with bookshelves, with another sort of large bookshelf in the middle. It's not a very big room. It's decently small, but the all available surface is just filled with different looking notebooks. They don't look nearly as polished as these sort of published looking books in the rest of the library. They clearly are like there's a lot of like leather bound notebooks. There's some that have a like spiral binding. Like there's a lot of different variety of notebooks in here. There are no lights on in the room, but you will notice that each notebook has a very slight glow to it that is very, very dimly illuminating the room. So you, even without any sort of like arcane knowledge or arcana check or anything, you can very clearly tell that every single notebook in this room is very magical.
Cool. So, and I'm looking for Zach's notebook and Zach's dad's notebook.
Cool.
Cool.
Go ahead and... go.
I would also like to look for a third thing.
Absolutely.
I would like to look for, without going through every diary, look for any sign of the unwritten at all in this private notebook gallery.
Okay. I will say I'm going to have you do your check to try and find those two notebooks first, and then we will deal with that other check in a sec.
Cool. I'll make that check.
And make me an investigation check. This is going to be a decently high DC because the notebooks don't have the people's names aren't like written on the spines or anything like that. Like this is clearly designed to if someone wants to see their notebook, a cleric comes and finds it for them.
Got it. And that's the what DC was that?
You tell me what you got, and I will tell you if it worked or not.
Cool. I got a 24. It's not great, but it's fine.
I'll say with a 24, you can find Zach's notebook.
Okay.
And it is only with a lot of effort. As I said, so there's no names on the spines, so you will have to pull out the books. The names are written either on the front of the notebook or within the front cover when you open it.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure. Yeah.
Looking to see if I can use this notebook to find Zach's dad's notebook.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like relation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll allow that. It's going to be a high DC, but I'll allow you to give it a go.
Cool. Yeah, it's not great. It's a 16. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's any particular sort of connection from notebook to notebook at least that you can tap into to use one to find the other.
Is Baron right outside the door?
Yeah.
I would like to slide out Zach's notebook to Baron and then barely open the door.
Cool. Let me ask you this: do you look in the notebook at all in any way, shape, or form?
In the context of searching for the other one?
In any context.
I will say in the context of searching for the other one, yes.
Cool. So here's what I'll say. I'll just describe to you. You have a sort of leather-bound notebook. It looks pretty worn. You see the sort of wearing of the different notebooks in this room varies a lot, and Zach's in particular looks quite worn. His name is sort of stamped on the front, it's sort of embossed into the leather with gold lettering in there. And you, if you open it up at all, give me a what do we call this? We'll call this another Arcana check.
Cool. That's another 16.
Cool. You open the notebook, it's filled with completely illegible scribbles. You cannot make out a single solitary word inside of this notebook. You can see that it's quite filled out, but you have no idea what it says.
And I get the impression that the reason for that is that I am not Zach.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would say with a 16 Arcana, yeah, you get that impression.
Sick. Cool. Cool. So I would like to sneakily slide that book to Baron.
Cool. Yep, you pass it to him. He's got it sort of casually behind his back.
I would then because Zach asked us to find, so I'm going to prioritize Zach's dad's book over finding unwritten stuff.
Okay, cool. Make me another investigation check.
31.
All right. You find it. It is let's see, what would it look like? It's another leather-bound notebook. Whereas Zach's was nice, comfy, worn brown leather. This one is a more sleek, sort of dark blue leather-bound book. It does similarly have Zakkas Austem embossed into the front of the leather-bound notebook. It also looks worn. It does not look as worn as Zach's notebook, though.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna slide that to Baron.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna look for unwritten stuff.
Cool. You're gonna have to give me a absolutely insane investigation check.
Cool.
Due to the fact that, I'll tell you what. Here's how I'm gonna put this. Due to the fact that you cannot read anything in any of these notebooks,
Yeah.
if you can tell me any names that you're looking for, this will be possible.
So, I am not. Well, so I will be looking for the name Lunan.
Okay.
And I will also be looking not for any other names, but for imagery I know is related to the Unwritten.
Okay.
Symbols, things like that.
Here is just due to the mechanics of how this works.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to ask you to. I'm gonna be very annoying about this. I'm gonna have to ask you to be very specific about exactly what you're looking for, due to
Okay.
the fact that you magically cannot make out anything in any of these.
Oh. So I was when the reason I said that because I know you had said about there's stamps or imagery or things on the sides, right?
Yeah.
And so I won't be looking in any of the books, just along the side to see if anything catches my eye. And I do know, since we've been researching the Unwritten a bit, I would assume that I would have run into some imagery. Because I do know that when we were in
You did a bunch of research when you guys were in Delroom, so yeah. Okay.
Did they have some kind of symbol at their camp that we would have seen?
The thing is, as a well, let me put it this way. At the camp, there weren't any like flags or anything that had any sort of imagery. They're trying to be vaguely covert, so they don't really have like identifying symbols in that way. But I will say, Tat, because you did all of this previous research, you know that they associate like the imagery of a quill with themselves.
Cool.
Not
So I'm
an
looking for.
eraser? Not an eraser?
It's the big mistakes eraser, like those giant ones.
So I'm looking for Lunan's name, a quill, and a razor.
Cool. Give me an investigation check.
Is that eraser thing canon, or if it's not, then I'm not looking for that?
Sure.
This is fantastic.
Investigation check.
Pen Seal's worst fucking nightmare.
Oh god.
Cool. That is a 19, so not great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. I in this room, there is not anything that matches any of those three things that you're looking for.
Cool.
But I will say that does give you the information. Lunan's not from this town.
Sick.
So that is, despite the fact that you finding nothing helped you find at least one piece of information.
Cool. I'm going to stop kicking this dead horse and exit the room.
Cool. Yeah, Baron's standing right outside the door. He's got those two notebooks sort of right behind his back.
I'm gonna does Baron see the door open?
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind.
You can if you want him to not, you can make
No.
contested
It was
check.
it was truly like not coincidental is not the right word, but it was not a substance thing. It was a flavor.
You just wanted to do some shenanigans.
Yeah, but it's neither here nor there.
Cool.
I'm not trying to hide the door. I just wanted to know if Baron saw it.
Sick. All right, we will flip over to the reader party for what's been happening with them for the last 10-15 minutes real quick.
We should take a break.
We will take a break. I want to do one right at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So we'll flip back to you guys super quick for what you've got up to, and then we will do our break. So, what are you guys looking for?
I think history on the writing, and also history of Discord. Not,
Yeah.
you know. But like anybody that's ever had an issue with the writing, who that person might be, in like America when they try to talk shit about other countries for doing things that maybe weren't, bad. Um, because that they're gonna hate on whoever hated them. It's gonna be very obvious. Um, that and then maybe plots that they've had in the past that maybe didn't work. Um,
Plots that
the people against the writing have had before that maybe didn't work.
Okay.
That could have maybe sparked a rebellion or attacks that the writing did on them.
Cool. Zach, you can give me a check on that. T and Lunan, is there anything that the two of you are specifically looking for, or?
Can I have some help? I'm not very smart.
I was gonna say I would probably be looking for the same things.
Cool.
To look into any other different religions, see if there's any other religions in this world besides the written. Is that what the
The
what's the
religion of the writing. I will tell you this without even any check. There absolutely is. I'll give you this information as something that just you, T, would know without having to do any research. Especially with a mom who is a cleric of the Lady Twilight. Basically, the way that it works is there's a sort of hierarchy. Pretty much all of the gods, deities, fiends, everything, all of those sort of higher power beings that exist in this world, they're sort of their own tier. A tier above all of that is the author. So essentially the idea is that the author created everything, including all of the other religions. So people can believe in and fully worship any of these other gods or deities or even fiends, and also still believe in the author, like, as well. Like, it's not mutually exclusive.
But the unwritten don't believe in the author, right?
The unwritten believe in the author. They don't. For the vibes that you can get, they don't like the way that it works. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
So they believe that the author exists. They want the way that the author works to work differently. I would say that you can glean that from what you've gotten so far.
Okay, so would there be any kind of other religion that is fighting against the author?
You're welcome to make me a history check with advantage because of your researcher thing.
Yeah. History. 17.
17. There have been religious wars, certainly. They have mostly been between people who worship these other gods, against each other.
Mm-hmm.
You, in a way that's sort of interesting to find, like, again, similar with Tat, the lack of finding something is sort of finding something in itself. You do not find any history of any sort of uprising or religious war related specifically to the author or the writing. It seems like the unwritten is pretty much the instance of rebelling against the author. Now, you will know from the research you've done before and also the research you do right now, the Unwritten has existed for a very long time. It is clearly much more prominent now than it has ever been. But pretty much any people sort of defying the author or not liking how it works, it seems like those people likely, regardless of what time period it was, it seems like those people likely were then involved with the Unwritten. It seems to be like the thing that is... It literally is the antithesis of the religion of the writing. If you have a problem with the religion of the writing or with the author, you either find the Unwritten or they find you.
Okay.
But I will say, that's not something that's super common. Most people seem to be, at least as far as you can tell historically, most people seem to be cool with the way that things work. The author is a much more... The author is a lot less concrete of a deity than any of the other ones. The author is... Like, for example, Zach has spoken to his god, right?
Mm-hmm.
People can interact with, and you've spoken to gods. You had a conversation with the Lady Twilight and the god Sid. You have interacted with them. They have like physical forms or can create a physical form in your head for you to interact with. There is no historical instance of anyone ever seeing, interacting with any direct, like, personification of the author. Right? The author is more of an idea than anything else. People know, or at least assume, that the author exists because of the way that things like libraries work. You know, there are clerics that are channeling the power of the writing, and that has to come from somewhere, but nobody's, like, talking to the author. So it's a little more difficult for, in a world like this where you can just talk to a deity, it's a little more difficult to sort of defy a deity that isn't a person. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Queenie.
A baby.
Come show your butt, dude. Oh, man, courtesy, we're live.
Alright, anything else for you, T, in that sort of vein of thinking before I move to Zach and Lunan?
So no one's ever had any recorded interaction with the author.
Correct.
Okay.
Not directly, at least. There's plenty of records of writing. You're in a building full of writings of the author. But no one has ever had any direct contact.
Are there any records of a god having direct contact with the author?
Make me a history check.
Good. That's a good question.
$13.
13. Yeah, 13. No. To elaborate, you see a couple of records where it's sort of offhandedly mentioned from people who have had interactions with gods. Those gods offhandedly mentioning things about having access to rough drafts.
Mm.
But there is no record of a god saying, like, oh, I talked to the author and did blah, 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 blah.
He just woke up from his baby nap.
Oh my goodness. Licking your face.
He's so silly.
So little boy.
Can you put my little headphones on? My goodness. Do you put my little headphones on?
Oh, yes.
Wait, so like, did all of that research come from just the library at large, or did that come from notebooks, like people's
From
notebooks?
the library at large.
Okay, never mind then. Well, okay, wait, no. So theoretically, somebody could have spoken to the author, but if clerics didn't know they existed, it wouldn't be anywhere.
Theoretically, yeah.
Okay.
One more question. Do the gods have notebooks?
Very interesting question.
You were
Very
waiting for that, weren't
interesting
you?
question. I'm going to ask you this. How are you going to go about finding this out? Are you going to try and find a book here that maybe says something about this? Are you going to ask Tibbus? Or are you going to, like, go look in the notebook room? Or some combination of any of those, or something else?
I'm gonna go ask Tibbus. And I'm gonna say, hey Tibbus. So I was introduced to Tibbus, right? So it's not weird that I know their name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you were standing there while they were talking to Zach, so yeah.
I have read some different things about the author, and I haven't found any information stating about whether the gods themselves have notebooks or not.
Well, that is a very interesting question. I don't really have a straight answer for you, but I do kind of have an answer. A lot of the gods have stories. So, the thing is, people's notebooks, most of the notebooks that we have are people who are currently alive, right? And, sometimes, most of the time, when somebody dies, their notebook stops getting filled out, of course, for a while, unless something crazy happens.
What happens to their notebook after they die?
Well, it stays there for a while, and then after a certain amount of time, it depends on the person. Sometimes it's a couple years, sometimes it's a couple decades. Eventually, that notebook just sort of gets lost. We don't fully know exactly what happens to all of them, but it's consistent. It happens to everybody. That eventually, after you're gone, someday your notebook's just gonna get lost. So, we imagine that, when the gods were people, it was so long ago, or maybe it was in some other place, that we don't have their notebooks anymore. But we have their stories. Come on over here. And she's gonna walk you over to a bookshelf and say, "This is very interesting. It is doesn't include absolutely all of them, but it includes quite a fair few." And off of the bookshelf, she pulls a large tome and hands it to you, and it's titled "The Gentlefolk Saga." Because this is a lot of the stories of quite a few gods when they lived lives before they were gods, or before they, the people that exist in these stories became the iterations of the gods that we know now. They, from what we know about gods, they go through phases, right? There's sort of, every once in a while, the author decides to recast, I suppose.
That's
fucking funny.
And,
So is it kind of like folklore?
yeah, I suppose you'd call it that. I mean, all of the books that are in this library are written by the author.
Oh.
We just, as clerics and paladins and all of that, we just channel the divine energy of the author into these buildings and into empty books, and they fill themselves out. We've got a few right now that are in process at the moment. What's up, Braeden?
Can Tat be invisible, like, around right now?
Absolutely. It's not a big building.
Cool. I just kind of want to, so you wrote them.
What?
So you wrote them. As
Yeah,
for
no, I heard that she's just sort of looking around like... Now, pardon me if I'm wrong, but that sounded a lot like that, what was that lad's name? Plavis? She's just sort of looking, trying to say, yeah, it's easy to lose track of people in here. There's lots of bookshelves, but, well, Mr. Tossum, that is not the case. That would take a lot of fucking work, and be real impressive, because...
Did I just misunderstand something? Okay,
I
I thought... Because I thought what you said was that they channel, like, you know, how, like, priests channel things. And...
No, they mean literally. Like, they're not like, oh, I'm connecting with the author and I'm gonna pick up a pen and write. They mean, I'm gonna stand in this building and go, all right, I'm channeling energy, and a book that's 20 feet away from me is going to start, words will start appearing on the pages.
Cool. I'm gonna just sit here and be embarrassed, I guess.
But it's a fair interpretation. Yeah, she'll go like, Mr. Thompson, if you would like to see, I can show you some of the books that the author is writing at the moment, if you want to see.
No, that's okay.
Are you sure? I think, in fact, all of you might find at least one of them very interesting.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna take my hood off and be like, I'm sorry, what?
Hello. Wow, it's fun to see that in person. All right.
I do want to say I want to take my hood off, like, not somewhere where I just appear. I want to, you know what I mean, be behind something. Cool.
Because yeah, in fact, if all of you would like to come with me, I can show you something real interesting. And she is gonna walk you all all the way to the right of the building, there is another door in here. She pulls out a little key from her belt, unlocks it, and walks you all in. And you see,
Is everyone with us or just me and Tat?
you guys let me know if everybody is following with this.
I'll go.
Yeah, I'll come with.
sure.
Sick. Yeah, and she, there are a few. Let's see, actually, I think in this. Oh no, there's a couple in here. She walks you guys over to a book that you can see sitting open on like a plinth. And as you walk over to it, you see words are appearing on the page. She walks over to it and closes it so you can see the title on the front. And in beautiful gold lettering on a light blue leather-bound, very intricately decorated tome is the title Novels and Nightmares.
Oh.
That's the name of the campaign.
Yeah.
He said the name
No
of the
way.
campaign.
No way. No way.
Yeah, he said the thing.
When I see it literally writing itself, I'm like, wow, it's literally writing itself.
Yeah, that's why it's the religion of the Braeden. Not particularly creative, but it accurately describes.
I would like to make an Arcana or a investigation type check.
Cool. What are you looking for?
I want to see if it's real,
Okay.
or if this is like someone doing magic, or if this is God.
Cool. Make me an Arcana check.
Wow, novels and nightmares.
Oh, I don't know. We don't pick the title. We don't pick anything.
That is a solid 8.
It is magic. It's magic. What kind of magic? You don't know.
No, yeah.
Can we take a break? Yeah. We will take our little break right there while everybody can ponder on that for a moment. So we will be right back in a few minutes to Novels and Nightmares.
But you've been waiting for that all night, haven't
Yes,
you?
I have. All right, we'll be right back.
This batteries.
And we're back. Cool. So you guys are in this room in the library with Tibbis. She has just shown you Novels and Nightmares, the book. In interest of making sure that this happens in a timely manner, while the rest of the party is distracted by this, Volition. Baron is actually going to, as everyone else goes into this separate room, Baron's gonna sort of just put a hand on your shoulder.
You don't need to do that. Hi. And I'd out from under him and step back.
Right?
Oh, rude as shit.
Just wanted to have a bit of a chat.
Hmm.
So, you and I don't know each other, but I've seen you before. I know that you're not high up enough to be making your own orders. So
Wasn't
either
high up enough.
Sure. So, either You're telling the truth, and you have miraculously escaped from the clutches of that cult or whatever you want to call it. Or there's something else going on here. And you don't have to tell me anything. But I just want you to know I've got my eye on you.
I'll tell you what, I'll be upfront with you as soon as you're upfront with me.
Great. Ask me whatever you'd like.
What are you doing with them?
I have quite a different situation than you do. Consider what I do sometimes a part-time job. I've been involved in what you were involved in because of the person that I work for. Right? I'm not properly part of that whole situation, but things get involved every once in a while. I don't have some big dramatic personal quest to be involved in all of that shite about destiny that they're trying to do. I have contracts and I have to kill people every once in a while.
Destiny, destiny, no escaping that for me.
Okay.
Whenever I'm in between killing people, the deal is, as long as I do what I'm told when I have to do it, I have my freedom. I get to do what I want. And believe it or not, what I want is to hang out with this lot of dumb fucks.
Aww.
Oh, how sweet.
Don't tell them I said that, but...
No, I'm gonna tell them that you said that.
Right, well, let me put it this way. I'm here because I want to be. And I would really rather that not get fucked up by whatever the unwritten had planned. And pardon me if I don't trust somebody that just happened to show up deserting them.
You don't have to trust me. I don't trust you. I don't trust somebody who's willing to have the job that you do and pretend like it doesn't have any impact on the people that you hang out with and vice versa. The people that you hung out with and vice versa. I don't like that. I don't think it's okay. But I'm gonna keep my fucking mouth shut about it because this group seems to like you.
Yo. The girls are fighting.
You're here because you want to be, and that's great. I'm here because I have to be. They'll kill me. I was there for a long time, and it really, really sucked to realize how in deep I was with the worst people I could have fucking met. And it sucked the whole time I was trying to get away from them. And it still sucks. And if this group wants to stop them, that's great. And it sounds like they might be my best bet for not having to face the consequences of leaving. But I'm here because I have to be. If you're here because you want to be, great.
Sure would be nice if you're able to avoid consequences of leaving something. I say this with about as much sincerity as I can muster. I hope that works out for you. I just hope that you don't get all of the rest of us fucked in the meantime. And he is
That's
going
not
to
what I'm
make
trying to do.
an insight check on you versus either your performance or deception. You don't have to tell us which one.
Persuasion or deception?
Persuasion or deception.
Performance. Okay.
I will tell you the DC you have to beat, and you just let me know if you beat it.
Do you want the DC or do you just want my roll?
Tell me your roll.
26.
Oh, damn.
Let me see what's his insight. Yeah, no, he got a 12. So he's not being particularly insightful at the moment. You tell me what he's getting off of you with that fucking 12 insight.
I mean, I'm being blunt about not liking or trusting him. That was the full truth. I'm really, really, really hurt that he doesn't believe me and that he's still trying to associate me with the things that I was and that I did. But as far as I'll keep things cordial with you or anything like that, Volition very clearly doesn't like this person.
Cool. Alright. Yeah, he just sort of regards you for another moment. Doesn't really say anything else. And it's just gonna sort of brush past you to walk into the room with the rest of the party. Like, very, like, knocking shoulders with you as he goes.
I'll let him go.
Cool. Are you going to eventually follow into the room with the rest of the party, or are you chilling outside of it?
I think that Volition stays outside and takes a breather for a minute because that genuinely did kind of really fuck with them. But once they've had like a second to cool off, they go follow inside.
So the rest of you are all looking at a book titled Novels of Nightmares that you have seen words appearing in that Tibbs has insinuated has something to do with you. Yes.
I would like to read the book.
Cool. Make me an Arcana check, please.
Oh, you don't want to make that investigation by any chance.
No, I do not.
You're dumb.
I would
13.
like to help him.
13?
It help?
I'll allow help. I'll allow the help action.
Fuck yeah.
Right, Toby.
Cool. 13's still the better one, yeah.
Okay.
Can I read the book?
Anyone who likes to can make me
read the book.
Arcana checks.
I got a dirty 20.
20,
11.
11.
Do I get to roll twice since I'm a researcher?
Nope.
Oh.
This is not research. This is magic.
It is magic.
The book. Figured I might as well ask.
Nope. I appreciate the hustle though.
9 plus 15.
15. Cool. What was the lowest roll again? Like a what'd you get?
11.
11. Cool. Anybody between 10 and a 15, which is Zach, Tat. Sorry, T. What'd you get again?
15.
15? Okay. So Zach and Tat. As Tibbs sort of walks over and starts like flipping through the pages for you all, A lot of it is similar to how you had seen in those notebooks. A lot of it is that sort of like illegible, like scribble, where you know that there's supposed to be words there, but you just can't. It's like your brain can't comprehend what those words say. You do, however, you both are able to pick out some words. You see the names of people in the party. You see your own names, the names of your friends. As we get to the sort of later pages, Tat, you see things like you see Belkis's name. You see Bambag in there. So you guys are able to pick out some, a lot of names, also some like town and city names, a lot of all places that you have been to and been to recently. So that's sort of what you guys are able to get in there. T on a 15, you're getting a lot of the same stuff. You're getting a few more like full sentences in there as well. Like you're getting some descriptions of, like, at the very beginning of the book, you can see there seem to be like descriptions of each of the party members in there. In addition to just their names, you see like Zakkas Austem, a like 6 foot and whatever foot tall, like turquoise blue tiefling wearing a cowboy hat. So you see little things like that. You see little sort of inconsequential descriptions of things that are things that seem to be details but not plot points. Lunan, on a dirty 20.
Yay!
You get all of that, plus you, as it goes through, you are able to read a lot more of this than everybody else. You're not able to, like, perfectly read the whole thing. But the gist of what you can get, this is the story of what you guys have been doing since about, it seems to pick up about when you guys got to Tat's one-stop shop for the first time and sort of picked him up and
Never do that again.
That was absolutely awful.
It seems to pick up when you got to Tat's one-stop shop, picked him up. It sort of skips forward a little bit. It has you a small section about you guys in Delroom, that first time you heard the phrase "chaos is coming," and that sort of seems to be like a prologue section, and then it starts in proper in Kalgurim. The whole situation with you guys getting there and seeing all the people and gems missing in this town, and you're seeing the discovery of the whole sorcerer tyrant situation. It then moves to things that happened at the monastery, traveling to Delroom, on and on and on. You are seeing, this is a telling of the story that you guys have been living for the past, like, couple months.
No way, we're famous.
What?
I said, no way, we're famous.
What do you mean we're famous? I don't understand.
It's a book. It's about us.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm just having a hard time comprehending. When you say it's about us, you mean like, oh wow, that sounds like us, or you're like, it's like us.
You didn't see our
It's
names
not
in there, Tat? I even saw that.
I've been told I'm a pretty good reader, so that's probably why I picked up on the context clues better than you did.
Can I turn to the end of the book where it was just finished writing or whatever?
Absolutely. Yeah, you turn to the most recent page in the book where it has been writing, and the words that you see writing are. T turns to the most recent page in the book where it has
Oh,
been writing
fuck
and
off.
says.
Lunan raises their arms.
You see that written in the book as it happens.
Lunan farts.
Yep.
Lonan.
I wanted to see if it showed up. I want to know how detailed it is. It's pretty fun.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Someone do something unexpected.
Someone fart.
Well,
No,
that's expected now.
Crap.
So I want to see if if the words are written out as I hear Zach say them, or like whether I hear them and I see them at the same time, or whether I see them first and then hear them.
Are you gonna say something?
Oh no, she was saying when I said that. Before.
When you said that previously. There is a very slight delay. So it seems like Zach speaks.
For the trees.
Oh my god.
Does he look like a short little Lorax to you? I don't think so. TinkerTat probably fits the job description better. Keep up, buddy.
There is. Here's how I'll say it. The writing speed is not completely consistent. It seems like everything that you guys are doing, you do it first and then it appears in the book. However, it seems as you've been watching it, sometimes like 3 sentences are written just in a stream, and then sometimes there's like a full like minute pause where you guys are doing stuff but nothing's being written, and then there'll be like a sentence and then pause again and then like a bunch of sentences. So it is, you guys are doing the things first before they appear, but it's not like necessarily perfectly in time with you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is so cool.
Can I do a perception check and just see like if we can tell like we're being watched or if there's any things?
Sure, yeah. Do you want to do perception or like arcana? You can do whichever.
Perception, probably.
I really want to go up to the cleric.
Cool. Yeah, she's standing right there. She's like helping you guys turn the pages.
Cool. I want to go up to the cleric. I just want to be like, I'm sorry, we kind of got off on the wrong foot there. How long have you taken note of this particular Arthurian writing?
Well, this book started writing itself, I'd say.
Such a weird fucking sentence.
I don't know about
That sounds like the thing like an asshole writer would be like. I mean, it just wrote itself.
Just wrote itself. This book started probably, I don't know, about a month and a half ago, somewhere in there.
It's about how long we've known each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long have we known each other?
I would say you guys would know. You actually have a pretty good gauge on this. T, earlier today, you got a letter from Floyd at your inn, which you took. You took ownership of that inn after the events in Kalgurim happened. He just sent you your first month's wages.
Ooh.
So for like timeline of that.
And so the book's been writing for about a month.
Yeah, about a month and a half, somewhere in there. We don't really keep like a specific track of that.
It's like a weird thing to not like keep
Well, we
tabs.
make a note when it's done. some books take years to write. We keep a a general idea. Also, sometimes we don't notice when it started. We always have books in here that are like ready to go, and they start writing when they start writing.
So do like more pages just like appear as it continues, or is there like a set amount of pages?
No, it it depends on the book really. Sometimes the book starts out bigger, and then once it finishes, any spare pages just sort of disappear. And sometimes the book starts out pretty small, and then as it goes, it just gets bigger and bigger.
Is that for like people whose lives are longer or shorter than were expected?
Well, it's not. The thing is that's interesting about the books is, these ones, they're not the notebook. It's not a notebook of somebody's life. These are stories these are narratives of things that are happening or have happened in the world. So it doesn't, start at somebody's birth and end at their death. It starts at the beginning of the story and it ends at the end of the story. And what that means differs from book to book.
It's far too complicated. Okay. Well,
That's why we've got a whole religion of clerics and paladins dedicated to, trying to make a little bit of sense out of it.
that's fair. Alex, do you have something to do real quick? Because I know you got Grandpa bedtime coming up.
Yeah, I should probably go to start getting ready for bed.
Me too.
No, Volition doesn't have anything else that they need to do though.
Cool.
Side-eye Baron for the rest of the night.
Fair.
Yeah, I feel like he's pretty... That's probably his comfort zone.
Yes, it is. He's
All right.
kind of smug about it the whole time.
Love y'all. Night.
Love
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Good
Love ya.
night.
Are there any other clerics or anybody else around that isn't us?
Not at the moment. It seems like Tivis is the only one on duty at the moment.
Cool. I wanna look at her, and I wanna be like, hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I look at your tongue?
My tongue?
Yeah, I know it's crazy, okay? But I do need to know.
Oh, do you want to check if I have that the stuff that? And she points at Baron and Volition. The stuff that they have.
Yes.
Do you read that in the fucking story?
Well, yeah.
Or do you?
No, you're welcome to check. And she sort of pulls down her. It was in this area, right? And she sort of pulls down so you can look. She's like, oh God, let's see what's the play where when you all went to the what is it called, the unwritten camp. It was in the north east of the woods. That's shit that they couldn't say, right?
Baron?
Baron is just looking absolutely fucking stunned, hey.
Alright, well, I suppose you didn't have it then. Tat, you gotta work on your bedside manner.
I'm not in bed right now, so
I think we should kill Tat right now for saying that.
oh Jesus.
Can I do my little investigating?
Absolutely.
I just haven't had a chance yet. Alright. I get advantage because Lunan was helping.
Mhm.
That's great because I'm really bad at that. It's history.
Remind me what you're looking for again. I forgot.
All the stuff about the past and people opposing the author.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything actually that you would get that T hasn't already gotten.
Yeah.
You can give me a check then.
Nah, I got a 10.
Oh yeah.
No, we definitely asked the same question. I just asked it in a different way, and we never did any. It's okay.
I
Not your
don't.
fault.
I don't think that there is anything that you would get that he has not already gotten yet.
Okay.
You do get the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you do find things, but
Yeah. It does not help that we asked it the same exact thing.
there it is. Yeah. She is gonna go. As you guys are here talking, she's gonna go. By the way, I don't know like everything that's happened. I just I also nobody can read everything in the books until they're finished. I just had the last like chapter or so. I've been able to read the whole thing, and I get real excited when I can read a whole chapter because it means I can sort of actually piece together what's happening. Really excited because a lot of times, you'll go like 4 or 5 sentences and be like, "Wow, I can read this whole 4 or 5 sentences," and then you get on a fucking cliffhanger because you can't read the next like 3 pages, and it's awful.
Do you have any questions? I guess.
I mean, anything that I have questions about, I'm sure will probably be.
Hey, oh, guys, when the book's finished, we should do like a book reading.
Oh my gosh, I
No.
hope we don't get spoiled.
What'd you say?
I said I hope we don't get spoiled. Like it doesn't, like we don't get the book spoiled for us. That was a joke. I was making a jipe if you didn't notice, because we would have lived it. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. We can keep going. It's fine.
Yeah. Well. All right. Well, I guess that's probably all that. We kind of did our research. I suppose I can go see my notebook now.
Great. Yeah, I'm happy to take you to it.
You haven't had anybody come in here and taken notebooks, have you?
Oh no, well that wouldn't work. They have the notebooks have to be actively being, channeled with the divine magic of the author to even have anything written in them at all. So, if you take a notebook out of the library and there's nobody casting to make it work, it's just going to be blank until somebody starts channeling into it again.
And they have to be members of the written.
Well, they have to. I suppose so. You really just have to be able to tap into the author's divine energy and all that, which is. I don't know anybody really who can do that who's not a cleric or paladin of the religion of the Braeden, but crazier shit has happened. If it, is plot relevant, it might, work for somebody.
If it is plot relevant.
So I
What
imagine...
a meta way to talk, like to be also canon and super meta. Oh, I mean.
So I imagine that the removal of notebooks in large amounts probably is affected by people who maybe aren't in the written. I assume you've heard about that.
I have. Yes, I know that there's been a couple towns where they sort of gotten a raid of their notebooks happening. But what did you mean by what you said that it's?
Well, we know why it's being done.
I mean, I figure it's probably related to all of the whole unwritten stuff that's going on. I mean, I imagine, they probably want the opposite of what the religion of the Braeden wants.
Man, I imagine that the channeling of the author is not the only thing that can be channeled into those books, is what my concern is.
Oh. Well, that is a very interesting point. I don't think I've ever thought of that.
I know, I'm very smart.
I will say...
Bless you.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. Now, of course, I wouldn't particularly consider myself a huge expert on the sort of theories of how this all works, but from my understanding, us channeling the author to put information into notebooks, whether we channel it or not, that's still being written. You know what I mean? We're channeling it almost for like a records purpose, right? It's
How would you
people-
falsify those records then?
I don't know that you could, at least not with any sort of ease. I imagine it would be incredibly difficult to change what's written in a notebook, and I don't even know if you change what's written in somebody's notebook. I don't know that would necessarily change anything about the world, but
So you'd almost have to stop it at the source.
I well and truly don't know. I will be 100% honest with you here. I'm not sure that it's possible to change what's written in a notebook or in a story. And if it was, I do not know what that would mean. You understand? So it very well, if you're able to change it, you gotta be doing some crazy powerful shit. So either you're doing some crazy powerful shit to just be able to write something down that does nothing, or you're doing some crazy powerful shit that's so powerful that it is changing, truly affecting what is written. And I don't know what that would mean.
So that's effectively chaos.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Are you familiar with the term
Yeah, yes.
chaos is coming?
It pops up in the book quite a bit. Yeah.
Also, you definitely did say that already, Tad.
Did I?
I don't think he did this time yet, but I think we could assume that his
I definitely
suspicion.
didn't talk about it this session. For
Someone
sure
said
didn't.
chaos is coming.
Someone did say chaos is coming. I think T might have said it, but I don't know if
Okay.
he said it to Tivis.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The phrase was said though, for sure.
Okay. Whenever it's said, I assume it's Tad.
Which is like fair.
Oh,
some-
I also actually said it.
Okay.
When I was describing what was written in the book, that
That's right.
in the prologue there is the first time that you guys hear chaos is coming said. Yeah.
Well, I would like to see my notebook then.
Alrighty. We'll head on over to the room then.
I'm gonna go up to Baron and just kind of elbow Baron in the knee.
Oh,
Yeah.
because he's short.
Oh god, yeah, he's gonna look right at you, Zach, and be like, "Hey, do you mind? I would be so interested in seeing what that room looks like. Do you mind if I come with you?"
Sure.
Great. Tot, do you want to come along too?
Yeah, I would love to. It sounds very interesting and like something I've never seen before.
Who's Tad?
That's my middle name is Tad. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, my middle name is Tat.
Lampus. Tad. What was the last name? I'm just terrible in my memories.
Toss him.
Tossum. That's right. Sorry. I mean, I've obviously taken a couple hits to the head and not much sticks.
Tivis just sort of shakes her head at you guys and is like, I have a physical description of Tomalton TinkerTat.
Yeah, she also was said several times that she's read the book, so I don't know what.
It was funny the first time when you didn't know that I knew what was going on, but you don't have to keep it up. I know who you are.
Well,
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're being funny.
Does it say Tomalton TinkerTat or does it say Lamley Treeheart?
Well, it says both. You know, it comes up.
God, I'm gonna take Zach by the shoulders like before we go in this room. We think we might need. No, wait, no, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Never mind. I was about to propose a plan to destroy the book, but we don't need to do that because I'm not worried about that anymore.
You were gonna just try to destroy this book just simply because it says Lamley Treeheart in it.
And we're not Lamley Treeheart and my alias right next to it. You know, anyone who reads that can just go, wait a minute. But
he doesn't even know I have his baby pictures. I forgot I never told Tad about that.
Oh yeah.
They took his childhood pictures from his childhood home.
That's so funny.
Cool. So Tibbs is gonna walk you guys over to the notebook room. She pulls out a little key, unlocks the door. And you all, anyone who is joining, you all walk into this room.
Can I ask a favor question?
Did they remember to relock the door before they left?
That was my question.
Tat, I'll ask you this way. Did you fully close the door when you left that room?
when I left the room, yes.
Okay. It locks. It sort of like is one of the doors that like locks itself when you close it. So, it's good that you left it slightly ajar when you were in there. Yeah, so, yep, she's able to unlock it, bring it. Anybody who walks into this room, as soon as a cleric of the writing walks into this room, that very, like, dim glow in the room brightens significantly, and sort of the whole room is illuminated. And you see sort of appearing on the ceiling and very slightly almost floating in the air are just like letters and runes and like pieces of words here and there, just sort of glowing and providing light for the room. And she's gonna go, all right, well, let's see if we can find where in the hell your notebook is in here. So while she is searching for it, Baron is gonna look at you, Tat, to try to be like, where does it go? Where does it go?
I'm gonna hold out my hand for the
to take the book.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just because I don't know of a way to effectively be like it goes right there, right?
Perfect.
Without saying it goes right there.
Yeah, he is gonna sort of turn his back to you and sort of just slip Zach's book into your hand. He's still holding on to Xavius's book.
Cool.
But sort of slips. Make me a stealth check to try and get this back where it needs to go before Tibbs notices.
24.
At DC 18. Okay, cool.
Cool.
24. So.
Did you hear how disappointed I was at that 24, and then you were like 18? I was like, oh. Okay.
No, you seem to think anything under 30 is not good.
It's not that it's not good, but I just like I know I can get like a 32, right? Like
It hurts me though. Like it makes me sad because I'm like, damn, I got like my 5s over here. We're fucking chilling.
He's like, 22.
See, guys, I got a fucking like 2300. Oh, it's not even that good.
God, I suck at D&D.
Literally suck at picking up dice and rolling it.
Cool. So yeah, you managed to get that where it needs to go before Tibbs sort of does like a circle around the like shelf of notebooks right in the middle, and then sort of makes her way back and is like, I think it's there it is, and pulls it off the shelf and hands it to you, Zach.
I flipped back. I flipped like midway through.
Cool. Let's see.
Did you write things down?
I wrote things down. Crazy. We're finally getting to the stuff that I wrote down.
All of that was made up?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh wow.
Mostly. It was in my head. A lot of it was in my head already, but like a good 50% of that was all completely made up on the spot.
Hey.
Between 50 and 70%.
Shit.
You see, this notebook is, I would say, probably like halfway filled out.
Okay.
You, again, as Tat saw earlier, it is a very worn leather-bound notebook. Your name embossed in gold lettering on the front. Inside, you know what my notebooks look like in
Yes.
terms of the absolutely nonsensical notes about things and like half thoughts that like only the person who's writing this actually fully knows what's going on here.
Mhm.
That's the vibe in this notebook.
Okay. So he's like,
So you can read all of it.
Mm.
Nothing looks like scribbles to you.
Mhm.
You are able to make out all of these words. Before I like give you anything specific, can you tell me if you are looking for anything specific?
I'm scanning for Thea, Night Serpent, and Baron.
Okay. Lovely. All stuff I didn't have written down. Cool. We will make me investigation checks.
Don't make me do
with
that.
advantage.
Don't make me do that. Oh dear. Can I keep that one?
Sure. What was it? An 18?
17.
So what's...
It's
Do you have a -1?
Yes, I do. I'm dumb.
Okay, 17 on all that. Cool. You see, the first mentionings of Thea are near the beginning of your notebook. So you see a note that's like, Sister Theodolus Austem, and then like,
Yeah, all their names are that pretentious.
yeah. You see stuff like raised by sister.
Does it have like a family tree?
You have new baby hairs coming in, sorry.
Yes, it has a family tree.
Please tell me Myth is the only one on there that we don't know about. It could have easily been twins.
Throw me a luck check.
Fuck you!
Oh no.
Who's Myth?
8! Oh, God.
Oh god.
There is 17. And a dog.
Xavius and Cameron just fuck like bunnies.
Ew.
Icky, you said bunnies.
You said
Bunnies
it.
is the worst part of that?
Yes. Oh my god.
You do see a little family tree in there. You see at the top Xavius, Cameron, a little like note to Lindis as Cameron's sibling. You see connected as the children underneath, Thea, you, and you see the name Mythanar. And then you do see in sort of all of those, that family tree is sort of written in what looks like pen.
Uh-huh.
You see in pencil another box in the same line where there would be a child with a little question mark in it. As if it's
Interesting.
unsure if there is another kid or not.
Unsure, like, there is a... there is an actual possibility of another kid, or like would that be the placeholder that is for every family of that is like actively childbearing, or is that like she hasn't found the test yet? Can you also spell Mythanar?
Yes, Mythanar.
Who is this Mythanar person?
It's the other kid.
Oh, okay.
Sarah missed a chapter.
I'll put it this way. You don't see like question marks underneath you or Thea.
Thank goodness.
So it doesn't necessarily seem like at some point there could be another kid that goes here. It seems like this is a placeholder or an idea.
Does there happen to be any sort of pencil marking of Baron in that family tree too? Just out of curiosity.
You do not see like in this family tree. You do not see like partners listed for you or Thea.
Okay. You
I
took
will
such
say
a
this.
diplomatic fucking answer.
You continue flipping through, and you see a page listed like possible family trees. I don't know, could be fun. And you see Thea with a connection to Sponge, and underneath them as a kid, you see Jack listed.
Kill that bitch. Not Jack. Not any of them, but Olva. To be clear.
You also see your name connected to Baron's name. And there's a couple of these. You see your name connected to Baron's name, also with Jack's name underneath. You see your name connected to Baron's name with the name Avery underneath it. And you see another one that just has a little question mark.
God.
River, your MPEG preg dreams.
Stop, don't even tease me like that right now. I'll cry.
So, Mint. So there would be another, library in Oberyn.
Yep.
With like tat stuff in it and stuff. Interesting.
You also all, as Tip has let you guys know before, would probably all be able to find your notebooks in Amerion, which is the capital of Thistleland.
I haven't talked about it yet, but we need to go there because that is absolutely where they're striking next.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're gonna be able to stop it?
No, but we can be there and watch it happen.
Yeah, I want to watch the world.
Oh yeah, like a really bad fucking story. Yeah, watch it all unfold in front of our eyes.
What are you gonna do? Not be there? You'd be like, you know what?
Here-
I'm actually gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna get my fucking. I almost said something. A name of a drink that I'm just not gonna push. AMF.
I'm gonna need a bikini wax. Sorry, I just wanted to say bikini wax.
Do you want to see the stuff about Baron?
Yes, please. Sorry, bikini wax is doing the autism thing in my head and just bikini wax. Does that ever happen to anybody else?
It's a funny word.
It's good.
You see Baron's name mentioned a good amount in there. He's sort of brought up a lot. You see him brought up, like sort of initially near the beginning of the notebook.
Mm-hmm.
And at first it's sort of like potential love interest, boy. And then it's like Warlock? Drama? Question mark. And then it's written, I just love to torture the boys. And
Oh,
no.
I hated that.
It's written out like enemies to lovers question mark, dramatic love interest, narrative foils, and then it sort of later on gets a little more concrete. You see a note that's like, I found a name for the boy, Baron. And sort of goes in a little like warlock of night serpent question mark, and it sort of starts going into like crossing paths, meeting by chance a bunch, will they won't they, lots of
Will they,
drama,
won't
both refuse to talk about emotions, but they do fuck.
Oh, so these are just the tags on AO3, right?
And you see, basically, when you're looking at this notebook, you're getting the vibes that it's probably really, really, it's a very strange experience as a person to look at this, because this looks like somebody planning how your life is going to go. Or at least some, like, jumping off points.
Does it say dies once at 19?
I will say, since you brought that up, in terms of the dying, you do actually see a note about that. Fairly recently. It says, ... wasn't supposed to die in that ring, ... Whoops! ! But characters do what they want. Try to avoid deaths that aren't narratively significant. Vet.
What a weird way to say that. Try to avoid deaths that aren't narratively significant.
Like ghosts.
Yeah, and in terms of Baron, you see a couple more things of like tragic or happy end ? You see another note that's like fun paladin warlock stuff later, if they both live. And I think that's the main stuff that you see about Baron in there. What was your third thing? Was it Night Serpent?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of the stuff about the Night Serpent is like in relation to Baron. You do see a note early on that's like backstory note. Too young to remember, but shit happened with Night Serpent and God earlier on. May or may not come up.
May or may not. Will they, won't they?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's this?
And I will say, as you're at the beginning of the notebook, some of the stuff you see is...
It's a good movie.
Is there an index of any sort?
No,
Okay.
not at all. There does not seem to be much organization here. Like, there are definitely some notes about, like, stuff that is more about, like, who you are and what have happened early in your life that are, like, later on in the book. So it's sort of... It seems to be, like, it's like a stream of consciousness more than anything else. But at the beginning of the book, you see what looks like the sort of beginnings of planning of who you are. So you see, like, tiefling, complicated relationship with parents, raised by sister, character archetype, hero. After the archetype, you see stuff about, like, just beginning character development, and then a little, like, note connected to that says add more trauma ? And then you see a note of interesting love interest plot ... tragic or not ? Similar to, like, the note that you saw later on that was more specifically in reference to Baron. You see a note that's great,
Abs.
great addition to main characters for novels and nightmares. Really excited to extend that short story into something longer. Really fun to put this guy in situations.
Situations be happening.
Anything else specifically in the notebook that you're looking for?
I like to see if I can just do like a general flip, without any, like, after he's kind of like found the things he's looking for, see if he can just kind of skim.
Cool. Yeah, and it's a lot of, there's a lot of notes of, again, a lot of, like, half finished thoughts, but it's things of, like, you see bits about, like, the core being of who you are. You see things like, you see a note that's like self-sacrificial motherfucker in there, like, that comes up several times. You see, like, is truly a good person. Still figuring it out, though. And you see, like, just a lot of notes about, like, this looks like
Brainstorming.
It's brainstorming. It's brainstorming of not only who you are, but what is going to happen to you. But it's not clear or specific enough for you to be able to, like, figure out what's going to happen to you. But, like, you can see that there is, like, planning happening. And, like, you can see some of the things, a lot of the things clearly have come to fruition. Like, you have this whatever the fuck is going on with Baron, and that you could see earlier on where that was, like, in planning process and things like that.
Okay. Can I make, like, a roll for just, like, any other, like, big information that I need?
Yeah.
With advantage again or no?
Yeah, with advantage again.
16.
I'm trying to think if there is. Your god's Thorn, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, like, was planning for him to be a bit more of, like, proper champion of Thorm. Not sure if that's the direction I want to go anymore. Might have to switch that up. Especially for fun gay stuff later.
Oh, no way, Pride win.
Yeah, we right.
Diversity win.
Does it say, like, in the book, sexual orientation? Gay.
I don't think it doesn't have it like sort of listed out like that, but there's plenty of references in there about like, good lord, this boy is very gay.
That's fucking funny. Okay. Alright, I think I'm done with that. And then he'll kind of turn to Tivis and be like, and you said that there's no shot of me reading my dad's book.
No, unfortunately, he's gonna be the only one that will be able to make any sense of it.
I mean, that there's no way? Then it's never been done?
I mean, not that I know of. You might be able. The best that I've ever seen happen is, sometimes, married partners and the like can, like, make out a few words of each other's notebooks. But that's about it. It's sort of, I suppose, meant for your eyes only. These notebooks are not only the, cleric's connection to the author, but it's essentially your connection to the author. It's sort of the combination of me channeling this energy and you being here reading it that really, I think, makes those words exist on that page at all.
And in theory, I could communicate back?
Well, I don't know about that. This is more informational for us. Nobody's ever talked to the author or anything like that.
Have they tried?
Right?
Sure. I mean, the religion of the Braeden has existed since before writing existed. Everybody, I mean, not everybody, but countless number of people have tried to speak directly to the author or write to the author or have some form of communicating. It seems the best we can do is live our own lives, and just most of the time any interaction we're gonna get with him is we do something unexpected or something that at least the author wasn't planning for, and you get a little note in your notebook that says something along the lines of, well, I wasn't expecting this person to do that.
I like me dying.
Sure, yeah, like you dying, I guess.
Interesting. Alright. He's going to be like, could you at least show me to my dad's book?
Sure. Yeah, just give me a moment to find it.
I gotta do the same shit, I guess.
Yeah, Baron is again gonna like. I can say also in this moment, Baron like makes eye contact with you, Zach, and is like, "Why the fuck did you say that?" And is just gonna sort of shuffle to stand in front of Tat again, and just again pass you the notebook.
And he said this is another stealth check.
Another stealth check, please.
19.
Cool. Baron got a nat 20 on his like stealth or like deception to get it back to you, and Tivis got a 5.
Okay.
To try and figure out what the fuck is going on. So yeah, you're absolutely able to get that book back where it goes. So she again like does a little lap like finding it, like where on earth was that again? And yeah, sort of pulls this out and goes like, I don't know if you noticed this, but it's really interesting. You'll see people that are sort of involved in more stories. Their notebooks look more worn. So you'll see, and she sort of holds Xavius's and holds yours, and like you can see, this one, your notebook looks like it's been handled more. Now, like I said, you're the only person that can read this, so like nobody's coming in here and grabbing this book off the shelf every day. So
Except
that. Yeah, it's not us.
So
And
he's not in a lot of stories then.
well, his book is still quite a bit more handled than most of the other books. Certainly, most of the other books in this library. And you sort of look around and you see most of these notebooks look like pristine.
All right. While walking over that book, he's going to take his and go to Baron and kind of like a here. Take. I'm curious.
They're just like, oh. Cool. So, you go and look at your dad's notebook. Make me a Arcana check.
Why does it have to be intelligence-based checks? I'm bad at that. Seven.
Scribbles.
Damn it.
Yeah, can't make out a word.
Is she watching super intently?
Not super. I think she there's nothing else to do in this room, so she's not like looking away and doing something else, but she's also not like, very specifically staring at your every move.
You try and rip a page out.
Interesting. Sure. Let me see how I want to do this. If you rip a page out, what do you do with it?
Crumple it up and put it in my pocket.
Cool. Do you leave the notebook open?
Yeah.
Tibbs looks at you and is like, "You want to see a magic trick?"
If you're gonna say the fucking page is gonna go back in the book, I don't want to hear it.
I mean, you don't have to see it if you don't want to.
I want to see it.
She sort of motions to take the book from you, closes it, opens it again, and the page is perfectly restored.
There's nothing in his pocket.
You do still feel a piece of paper in your pocket.
A win is a win. Okay.
Make me a perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
This would be fucking 6.
All right.
If it's about Baron, can I have advantage?
Sure.
That's worse. I get fucking nothing. But I did get that it's about Baron, so...
You still got nothing though.
I hope you're hungry.
For nothing.
Can I pick a random up off the shelf and see if I can read it?
Yeah, sure. Make me an Arcana check.
Okay. I already rolled that. Does that mean I need to roll it again? Because I got a good number.
You already rolled. Did you?
I already rolled my dice.
Oh, did you roll your dice before you asked me, or you rolled your dice for a different check?
I rolled my dice before I asked.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can use that.
Okay. Arcana. I asked because I got a good roll. 20. I can't do math. 3.
Scribbles.
Scribbles! Ah!
It's a real high DC.
But it's possible.
It is technically impossible. Practically. Practically impossible is the way I would put it. Practically impossible.
Can make a concentrated effort to look at Baron?
Yeah, absolutely. Make me an insight check.
Come on,
Yes,
boys.
you can have advantage to be gay.
Yes. Come on, boys. Thank you. Okay, alright. Insight?
Insight.
Ooh, 22.
He has opened your notebook and is looking in it. He's reading. At least, at the very least, like a couple words. His eyes aren't just like going like, this book is full of scribbles. He's seeing something in that book.
Can I walk behind him and see which part he's reading?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's open on the pages that are in reference to him. And as you sort of walk up next to him, he turns to you and is like, Ray, why is my name in your book so much?
What have you seen?
Literally just my name, like 16 times on just this one page.
Nothing else?
Everything else looks like nonsense.
Interesting. Interesting. Well,
Can a god read someone else's book?
Say the beginning of your question again.
Can a god read someone else's book?
Are you asking that to Tivis?
Yes.
Well, God, you're full of interesting questions, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can't say that I've ever had a god walk into this here library and test that out. So I'll be honest, I don't know the answer to that question.
what's that name of the god of the smarts, the intelligent one?
The god of knowledge.
Sure.
That's a vet.
Right, I bet they could do it.
I figured they could do pretty much anything they set their goddamn mind to. I've read that saga. Goddamn.
I'm only asking because my question is if the unwritten was connected with someone who was a god but was an evil god, like, say, the night serpent. If she could read the book, she could get all kinds of details on people and make contracts easier. That wasn't a real word, was it?
More easily. That is a very interesting point. Now, the thing is, for anybody to read anything in a notebook, they have to be either in a library or, I suppose, just like with, somebody of the religion of the writing who can, make words appear at all in those notebooks. So it would have to be very specific circumstances. And second of all, I still don't know if a god could read somebody else's notebook. Now, there are, historical instances of people who have communed with gods, and the gods have mentioned that at least some of them seem to have access to like the rough drafts, which seems to be sort of like a step above the notebooks and stories that we have. The rough drafts are not something that we are able to channel in any way or have written down, and it's possible that that's something that gods are able to look at that we can't. And I don't know what that exactly means for the information that they're able to have. I mean, gods know lots of things. I imagine they know enough already to not need to walk into a library and get specific information that way. Go ahead.
So when you say rough draft, are you saying like the notebooks are like an outline and then a rough draft is like a draft of a paper. So like outline, rough draft paper.
Here's what I'll say. Because the like instances of Tibbs herself doesn't necessarily fully know what rough draft means. That is just historically the phrase that has been used, that like gods have used to refer to this thing. But from what they can assume, it is, yeah, sort of like an outline or a plan that's more in detail than these notebooks about like things that are going to happen.
Okay. I just wasn't sure when you said step above whether you meant step above the notebooks or a step above. Like the notebooks were a step above the.
Oh yeah, no, the rough drafts are a step above the notebooks.
Okay. So the rough drafts are more detailed than the notebooks.
Yeah, and you would also assume that rough drafts include multiple characters. So a notebook is just about one person, versus you could probably assume that a rough draft is like there's probably a rough draft of Novels and Nightmares somewhere. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was just gonna say, so the notebooks are like the individual characters, and then the actual Novels and Nightmare book that's being written is like the final copy. And so the author had a rough draft of Novels and Nightmares before they started publishing the Novels and Nightmares final copy or whatever.
Yeah, I would say that is all perfectly fair to like extrapolate from that information. Yeah.
Well, I personally don't have anything else to do here, and I would enjoy a drink and probably a nap, because Thorm, this has been a fucking mess.
I'm always down for a drink, so
Well, I know where my parents keep the liquor.
hey.
Amen. And yeah, Tibbs is like, well, it was great to see you, Zach. I wish you all, you know, so much luck, and you ever need any more help with all of this, and if there's anything else that I can do, you just let me know.
Hey, will you be careful?
I will do my very best.
I'm serious. You take that wife, you take those kids, and get somewhere safe. I know this is a very important business, but I know how important they are to you.
If it comes between saving yourself or saving the book, save yourself.
This is some dangerous shit.
You can save the books. I mean, it's really up to you.
Well, even if the books are destroyed, they're not, you know, like Zach, you have a notebook in the capital city too,
And
No.
also in that one place.
yes, the capital city of it. Most people have it just in the capital of, you know, they have it in the capital of the kingdom that they live in, and it's also in Amerion, but in this case, Amerion is also the capital of the kingdom that you live in.
Oh,
So
right. That one's right there, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
I haven't been there in a while. All right. Any other questions?
And not that I can think of, that's for sure.
I assume someone has tried writing in one of the notebooks to try to contact the author before.
Yeah, absolutely. No sort of ink or anything will show up in a notebook that's Not, magical author ink.
Magical author ink.
Yeah, I don't know what else to call it.
Well, shit. Alright.
Alright. Cool. So, you guys are gonna head on out?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Nice.
River.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I also need to. I got early morning, but
I am also sleepy. Well, we got through about half of the stuff that I wanted to do.
good.
You gotta anticipate a lore dump's gonna take the whole time.
Yeah.
It always has.
Yeah.
You're back. Kind of.
Good morning.
What are you trying to put your eye? Alright. So, yeah, we will, you guys got a good amount of lore. Some very, very interesting, questions answered.
He's been
And
bouncing up and down for 2 weeks.
I've been so excited about this. This was, like, also just a small chunk of the stuff that I was excited about. So now I'm gonna also be still bouncing up and down for 2 weeks because I have other stuff that I'm very excited about next session.
He's
Very
gonna tickle us.
excited in a very different way.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's no bueno.
Cool.
You better not do it. Poor little baby dragon.
Oh god, what are you gonna do to that wormling?
Who
I don't like that
knows?
look in your eyes.
None of you saw anything, so I guess you'll just never know.
I'm gonna kill that dog.
I'm gonna kill that dog. Cool. So we will leave off there. Make sure that you tune in next week on the 16th. Same time, same place. We are doing session 8? It's not
9?
7. We already did 7 for sure. I think it's gonna be 8. Hold on, wait. We have a schedule. Make sure that you're following our
Session 8.
our official socials for like schedules and stuff. Yes, 8. Session 8 on February the 16th. Session 8 of The Curse of Black Valley. That was a whole time. Next week, Thursday, same time, same place, Session 8 of The Curse of Black Valley. And then week after that, on the 23rd, we will be doing Session 22 of Novels and Nightmares. And we are also slowly getting all of our backlog of episodes for novels up on the YouTube channel. So if you have missed any, that is the place to go to get caught up and know what in the world is going on. And yeah. Anything else that people want to mention before we finish off for the night?
You better work, bitch.
Figure out who the sibling is that I haven't heard of.
That's the one that Zach was freaking out about last week.
That's it. That's all we got.
What, the baby in the room? The
Yeah.
room with the crib?
Yeah.
How did you learn the child's name?
She mentioned it. The cleric mentioned it offhandedly to Zach when they first saw each other. She
It's
said,
also in Zach's
"How's
book.
Minty?" And he's like, "Great."
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out where that came from.
Where's Larkin?
All right. Cool. Well, we will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.
Night.
Night.